In this tutorial I will explain the basics of how to install WriteBackExtreme on a Windows environment. As you can see, I already downloaded the exe file and the license from our portal, and I also have the SSL certificate file for the URL I am using. So we start by right-clicking the binary and run it administrator. You will be prompted here. So on the first screen, we can choose to upgrade from an older 2.x version or just start a new WriteBackExtreme installation. First step is checking the requirements. We only have a requirement for Visual C++ Studio. So be sure to have that installed before you hit next. Next step is the license. So we can just drag in our license file. So here we have it, or you can copy paste it from your clipboard. Next step is the database step, that is the connection to the repository database of WriteBackExtreme, which is the internal configuration of WriteBackExtreme. For this we support SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL and SQLite. For my example, I'm using SQLite, which is a flat file database that's stored in the directory where WriteBackExtreme is. Next step is creating an administrator user that can be used to log in to the management console after the installation. So let's create an admin user. Now for the URL and SSL. So since WriteBackExtreme is a web application, it needs a URL to be accessed. There are roughly two ways to how this can be configured in your network. And the first option is that the DNS of the URL is pointing to this machine directly. And the second option is then there's a load balancer in between, or a proxy, that will redirect the traffic to this machine. Then you need, in the second option, you need to select this one and you get some extra fields. And let's try this. So when my domain, for example, is wbe.writebackextreme.com and the external port is 443, and then here on the top it says then the load balancer should be configured like this. And for this demo I will use the first option because the DNS is pointing to this machine directly in my case. So for example, we do wbe.writebackextreme.com and we will like to run it on port 443. That's the default port of HTTPS. And I have a SSL certificate for this domain. So here I give in my passphrase for the PFX file. And you can also drag a certificate and key file in here, and then you don't need the passphrase. Then we hit next. Now we can register it as a service. This means it will remain active in the background and it will be started automatically after a reboot of the system. So let's select that one. Now we're almost there. Start the application. This can take us some time depending on the machine. And here we see we opened a browser automatically and we are logged into the backend of WriteBackExtreme. And now we see WriteBack is set up and you can start using it.